Director of Life Enrichment at John Knox Village. I know this COVID has been terrible for all of us, and we're not getting together and we're not connecting. But we found a way to help you do that, as close as we can anyway. We have what's called Zoom. Many of you are not using Zoom, and we don't know why. So we're going to have some residents today to tell you about their experiences using Zoom and why they like it. I'm going to start with Barbara Atkinson. Barbara, I know you were hesitant using it before, and you kind of thought this isn't something you want to do, but now you're very active on it. Why were you so hesitant, and how are you doing now using it?
Hesitant wasn't the word that I would use. I was angry. Actually, I was upset because I was in prayer group, and I needed lots of prayer. We had been doing it by phone, and I was fine with that. And then they told us that next week it's going to be on Zoom, and I thought, oh, I am computer illiterate. I don't know anything about this. I just have a cell phone. I'm not going to be able to continue. But both Melissa and Kelli helped, and we were with our first session, and I still wasn't getting it, and Kelli came over to our apartment, and somebody said, what did she do? And I said, oh, she just got her thumbs busy and said, here you are. And I've been fine since then. I really am still a little nervous about it because I don't feel comfortable in setting up for something different. So I'm still a work in progress, but I'm glad I did it because it's really good to be able to see each other's faces and know who it is that's talking. So
thank you,
I'm
Barbara.
glad I did it. But.
Awesome. So Melissa and I will help you download Zoom on the computer. Once you do that, it's really easy. We'll send you an email. How easy is it, Margie, once you get the email to get on Zoom?
Very, very easy. And believe me, if I can do it, anyone can do it. But all you have to do, you get the email, and on the email it will have a link, and all you have to do is click on this link, and then it will take you to the next phase, which says launch meeting or join meeting. And you click on that, and bingo, you're there, and that's it.
Very easy, not hard, not intimidating, huh?
No, not intimidating at all.
Joe, you've actually started your own group. I'm so impressed. Was it difficult? How's it going?
Well, you know, we had a group that met every other Friday, and with COVID it was really, really difficult, and everybody was feeling isolated, and so we were kind of talking on the phone amongst ourselves, somebody ought to do Zoom. And after about 2 weeks I decided, well, somebody I guess is me. And I went out and downloaded the software, and I have it on my iPad. I have found out that iPads and iPhones and computers are all a little different. So what I tell people, look at this, might not look the same on their phone or on their computer. And I had to jerry-rig some of this stuff. I never have quite figured out the invitations very well. So I run those off of my big computer, my mainframe, or my desktop, but we have a really good group, and we run 6 to 8 people every week, and I don't know what I would do without it. And I also do several of the Zoom groups here. And you can do it, and I'm sure they would have come over and helped me set up the meeting, but I fumbled through it, and it worked. So if I can do it, anybody can do it.
Okay, Dawn, you're next. We do coffee chats at 10 o'clock on Tuesdays, and those were going well, but Dawn made an awesome suggestion of adding speakers, and it's really increased our numbers. Why do you like that, Dawn?
Well, when we started out, we were just babbling to one another, and this kind of gives us a purpose, a way to learn about our village. We've had vice presidents. We will have presidents of our company to come and talk, of our village to come and talk to us. That's what's making it work.
Have you learned anything on those?
Certainly, you hear from our leadership of the village.
Awesome. That was a great suggestion. Thank you. Bonnie, you both do it in your house. How can you both do it separately? How's that work?
Well, I wanted to do it on my iPad, and so I could learn, maybe be more comfortable with it. We found out, though, we can't do it at the same table because there's feedback. So Don goes in the other room with his laptop, and he does it there, and I do it from my iPad on the table. So
Fun to have you both on. I really like that. And thanks for your support.
Thank you.
I have one last question for the group. What would you tell the other JKV residents who are struggling to get on Zoom? What are you getting out of it?
Well, I'll jump in. You just have to just say, okay, take a deep breath and do it. But believe me, it is a way to feel less isolated and to connect. And it's much easier to see people's faces than it is to hear them on the phone. And one of the things that came up in TED Talks, and I'll put in a plug for Paul's TED Talks, it's wonderful. We cooperate with, he runs something on Channel 2, and then we have a Zoom meeting and discuss it. But it came up the other day is why don't we, even though we're feeling isolated, pick up the phone and call people? And we're not doing it. But if there's a Zoom meeting and you know it's going to be Tuesday morning or Thursday afternoon or like my Friday group, then you'll make yourself do it, and I promise you'll feel better afterwards.
Anyone else have any thoughts?
Yeah, we used to go to the meetings, all the time and learn about what was going on in the village besides being able to see each other, and visit. And so this is a way to at least feel a little bit more connected and know more what's going on around the village. It's just interesting.
Good point. Margie?
Okay, I know when it first started, it is a little intimidating. It really is. But once you're on and you hear people and see people and able to communicate with them, and that was the hardest thing for me, is to talk because I don't know how I sound, and so that was a little bit intimidating. But once you do it and do it several times, it just becomes second nature, and it's just almost like being at a meeting. Not quite.
Well, I would say that with all of this, I appreciate so much, Kelli, you and Melissa, for your help and your encouragement. And you didn't make me feel like I was a dummy because I couldn't do it.
If you want to connect with your neighbors and be able to talk to them and see them, call Melissa or I. We'll get you on Zoom. It's not as hard as you think, and it's really very fun.